Chuck here from Hook Sets and Hangups. Today I'm going to be fishing with the brand new bait, Savage Gear 3D Cicada. When I was growing up, we called these cicada bugs locusts. Now I know a locust is more like a grasshopper, but this is actually a cicada. And so I found this bait on Tackle Warehouse, and I was like, I gotta try it, man. Maybe it's something the fish haven't seen. And right here at the lake, I'm gonna cast it around this evening. It's a topwater bait. See what we can do. Alright, first spot was a bust. There's this little weed line right here before I get back in the truck. I was just gonna try it out here. Man, sharp hooks for sure. I don't think it's very deep. So, working it. This is the same spot we were at for the last video, or a video 2 ago, something like that. The water's flowing like a beast now. So, alright, we got this current here in the cicada. Let's see. Oh, there we go. Oh, yeah, baby. On the cicada. It works. Look at that. First cast over here in the current. Super cicada, man. Oh.
That was awesome.
Oh, these hooks are super sharp, guys. If you get one of these, just know that, because I ain't trying to get hooked. Let's see if you can see this. This is a perfect look at the action of this thing. Close to sundown, about another hour, maybe a little bit more. Got my spider web search and destroy tools. Whew. You never want to walk into one of those things. This bait has a pair of treble hooks on it. You can see. At first I thought they were kind of small, but when you realize how the bait's actually not that big, then it doesn't seem that small after all. Nope. You can see the water's calm, how much turbulence it causes on the surface. There we go. Oh. Sunfish hit right there. Missed that one too. A little bit quick. on the a little bit quick. You can see the turbulence, that's what I was talking about. Stick on that one. Oh, there's fish out there. Something hit it. Alright, so next day we're over here off of May Simmons, what we call May Simmons. Still gonna throw this cicada. It's a pretty overcast day. It rained a little bit ago, and wanted to give it another shot. Just to see if something would bite. I'm by myself right now, so I'm just gonna try to cover a lot of water with this thing. I'm not gonna throw it forever. Make a bunch of casts. It's pretty shallow over here. Just gonna see if we can get something to bite on this bad boy. I'm gonna try a little stop and go technique here, like a popper. Something like that, just to see if it does anything different. See how much trouble? I don't know if you guys can see this, but sometimes it's a chore to get this thing to the surface, and it shouldn't be. I don't know why. It hits the water and it sinks. And it's like you have to wait to get it up to the top. So remember that if you get one. Alright, so I want to give my final thoughts on the cicada bait. Savage Gear 3D Cicada. Fished it last night for a couple hours, a couple different places. Fished it today, cloudy sky. Rainstorm, small rainstorm just came through, and it was real cloudy out here. So I tried it again for a couple hours. No bites at all today, no hits, no blow-ups, no nothing. Yesterday, caught one fish, two blow-ups. So at this point, after having fished it for probably 4 hours, 3.5 to 4 hours. I'm going to have to say that this bait might work. And so what I mean by that is, given the right conditions, I'm sure it'd probably catch fish. But my experience, in the places I fished the most, it didn't work for me. Now, the last thing to try would be to come out early in the morning, right? You know, as the sun's coming up, to get some topwater action, or maybe a different time of year. So I'm definitely going to keep this bait, hold on to it. Later in the year, early next year, try to throw it again and get some action. Some things I like about this bait. The hooks are sharp. All right, they're super sharp. When it's in the water and it's working correctly, it has a really nice action in the water. It kind of looks like an overhand freestyle type swim. Creates a lot of ripples and surface action in the water. And I did catch one fish, so I guess it's not completely bad. But the things I don't like about this bait are it tends to twist your line really bad. And so I added a swivel to the front, a little bit of a leader with a swivel, because I was afraid it was just going to keep twisting up my line. Another thing about this bait is it seems like it's difficult to keep it on top of the water. And I don't know if this is a design feature or if that's just fishing it wrong. I tried slow rolling it just as slow as I could to keep the wobble going. I tried reeling it like a medium speed and a fast speed, and I tried erratic fishing, reel it, stop, pauses, popping a little bit, you know, kind of like you would fish a popper or something like that, just to try different things. And it seemed like the bait would travel, wobble, and then just nosedive randomly. And it's kind of weird, and you have to wait for it to come back up, because sometimes you would have trouble getting the bait to come back up to the surface, even if you're pulling your rod all the way up and you're waiting, because it's supposed to float. So eventually it kind of comes back up, but then you start reeling and it just dives right back down. And sometimes it was hard to get it to stay on the surface. Now when it stayed on the surface, it was great, but that kind of bothers me that it had such a hard time floating. Unless, again, like I said, it's supposed to dive. In that case, it was doing what it was supposed to. So my recommendation is, if you live where I live, I wouldn't buy this bait. Other places it may work. Like I said, I'm going to give it another try in the future. But I think this is definitely a bait that catches fishermen and not fish. At $13, I think it was $12.99, you would think, I would hope that it would work a little better. But again, I'm an amateur, so it could totally be great bait, and I'm just an idiot, don't know what I'm doing. So thanks for watching. If you like what you see,